Hey everybody, right now there are winter storm warnings being issued all over the east coast of the United States. Both some severe cold storms, possible ice storms, along with thunderstorms and tornadoes. But what I want to talk about is what most people do not understand, and it's all over the world. Wherever you are in the world, this is going to affect you right now. And I'm going to tie in these storms with economics because most people have no idea that the end of what they believe is their wealth is about to be taken from them. And I believe this winter is going to be a very dark winter, honestly, because of so many different reasons. But the biggest reason, I believe, is because of an economic collapse that started years ago and has been little by little been being destroyed, this economy. All around the world, currencies all around the world are being destroyed. They're losing their value right now, and most even stock traders can't see it because they can't see that they're all going down in value together. The reason why we know this is because costs of everything worldwide are going up. Now, some would want you to think that the reason for this is because of a supply chain crisis, which is very, very real. But on the eve of what's coming to could be some historic storms in the United States, I want to remind you of what happened a year ago in Texas, that historic ice storm that took out a large section of Texas, and along with it, it took out massive industries, one being a glue factory that eventually led to the cost of lumber and OSB skyrocketing between 400 and 500%. We are still recovering from that, even though the prices collapsed in the summer, which I actually talked about in the spring, giving the dates of when this was going to happen, and it did. But I also warned in November, this last November and December, that it was going to happen again. They were going to start to rise, and we're already seeing that. But the big picture is this. If you understand what I'm talking about, share these videos. If you don't, consider subscribing, because what I want to do here on the Economic Ninja channel is to show you how to crush it in this next economic collapse. You see, the people that don't see it coming right now are the same people that did not see it coming in 2008, which ironically was still super late to the game because the crash started in early 2006. That's right. The problem is this collapse is much, much larger on a global scale. First off, right off the bat, a global scale. In 2008, the collapse of Lehman Brothers, the closing of Lehman Brothers, sent contagion all throughout the financial world and eventually put the entire world into a recession, which is now deemed the Great Recession. But this is much, much worse. And I believe it is this winter that we are facing right now, today. And again, please share the videos if you know what I'm talking about. That is going to cause millions and millions, actually billions of people to lose nearly everything they have because the purchasing power of their currency is going to collapse. Now, I like to give solutions, and I like to look at the positive sides. So one solution is this. What are some of the richest people on earth doing right now? They're accumulating gold. This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I have become successful because I pay attention to what successful people do. I emulate that, and I have become successful. I like to give that positive, right? The other positive is when you know something is coming, that trouble is on the horizon, and all you do is move aside and let the trouble go running right past you. A famous parable says that a wise man sees trouble ahead and moves to avoid it, but a fool runs headlong into it, just straight up into it. And that is what I do not want to see any of you go through. The truth of the matter is, if you would have had a little bit of money and a good credit score as the Lehman Brothers collapse happened, and you held on to that money and that good credit score in 2009 to 2011, you would have made out like a bandit and became a multimillionaire today, because you would have simply picked up the crumbs from the people that were in so much debt, speculating, living high on the hog, all the way up until that crash, and you would have bought all of their stuff. That is what this channel is all about, so consider subscribing to that. But on the eve of this, what could be a historic winter storm, I think it is very important to realize the storm that we're in economically, and that these storms, as winter goes into full effect, the Texas ice storm in 2021 happened in mid-February. So we're still not even at the peak of these winter storms. And it took out parts of the supply chain and caused things to literally hyperinflate in price. I believe that our economy is even in more dire situation today than it was a year ago when that ice storm happened. And I truly, truly believe, and I appreciate you for sharing these videos, because we want to wake people up and we want to grow a nation, a worldwide nation of human beings that are prepared for this next one, not getting into debt and ready to absolutely crush it on the other side, because they're going to buy up the crumbs left over from what today you think are wealthy people, but they're not. It's all an illusion because it's all built on debt. They don't truly understand what they did, and they do not truly own it. And what I want to show 1 million people worldwide how to absolutely crush it and buy all of those assets from the bank when the bank starts to seize it from people that we tried to warn, but they rolled their eyes. They said you were crazy. We are going to not be crazy on the other end of this. I did the same thing in 2008. In 2006, I sold all my real estate, closed some of my businesses. I kept a couple side hustles and kept going through that crash, and I did great. But I learned a lot of lessons of things I could have done better. And I vowed to myself and to my family that we would not make the same mistakes, and we would 10x what we did in 2009, 2010. And it's already starting to happen. But this time, I want to take 1 million people with me. So if you're up for the challenge, I encourage you to hit subscribe on this channel and to share these videos, because I think literally this next year is going to be the most amazing. There will be more opportunities for you in this next year than have ever been in your entire life financially. And on top of that, I truly believe that you are about to see the greatest awakening in your mind of what is going on behind the scenes. I thank you for watching this, guys. With that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.